you're a dedicated subscriber to CS Coins, first of all, I appreciate you a lot. But also you may have noticed that I haven't uploaded a video in a couple weeks. So I kind of wanted to explain what's going on with that. Personally, I've had a lot going on in my life. My girlfriend's having health problems right now, in and out of the hospital. And there's other hobbies that I have that I've been focusing on a little bit. Big into ice fishing, so I was doing that. I was actually planning on making a video where I'm doing coin roll hunting while I'm on the ice. I was hoping I'd be like catching fish and finding cool stuff at the same time. But I got skunked out there on the coins, so that didn't end up being a video. There's just been a few video ideas I've had that haven't worked out just because I've had terrible luck lately with the coins. It even got to a point where, I was thinking about expanding my channel into things that are other than coins, my fishing hobby and some of my other hobbies, but I don't want to switch up like that on you guys. I decided that I'm going to stick with coins, but I kind of came at a crossroads with my channel over the last couple weeks, just with everything going on in my personal life. I'm really busy. I'm just getting skunked on all the coins I was searching. It was just, it was wearing down on me. So I even thought about giving up on my channel a little bit, not just because I wasn't finding anything. It just, I've been getting burnt out with everything I'm dealing with right now, in addition to the videos that I've been making at the pace I've been making them. So I needed a couple weeks to figure some things out. I think at this point, if I ever, run into times like this again where I have too much going on in my personal life, or, I just think I need a break from coin roll hunting. I don't want to overdo it and burn myself out if I have other things going on. So I'm going to take breaks when I need to, just so we can keep the channel going here. I want to keep making videos for you guys. But I've been wanting to start a business having to do with coins, and I think I know the direction I'm going to be taking that. That also plays into like another hobby that I've been messing around with. So I kind of wanted to show you guys like what I'm kind of thinking about doing for that business. And maybe in the future I could upload some videos on, what I'm making to sell for my business. So I got a couple samples of the things that I've made. I wanted to show you guys and see if you might be interested, just to, see if you guys might ever be in the market for that kind of thing. But I'm going to go ahead and show you what I've been making. I'm just getting the hang of this, so these are a little bit crude. I didn't have the right grit sandpaper to get these perfect or anything. And I still am, learning the process of doing this. But I want to start making like wooden coasters and signs and such, using both acrylic paint and wood burning. And I want to incorporate coins into it. This is one I made last night. Probably gonna end up giving this one to my girlfriend. She's into the Bahamas, and I used a Bahamas scent with the starfish on it. I'm gonna embed the coins into the signs, and it's a little bit crude. I didn't have the right bits I needed and everything. I need to get Forstner bits and maybe router bits and stuff like that. But I'm just like interested in wood burning and, rustic decorations like this and stuff. So this was like a beach themed one I made. This one I think turned out pretty well. I plan on eventually like maybe embedding like silver coins in some of these nice ones. This is a moose. I looked up coins that have moose on them, and Canada does make like some silver bullion and things like that have moose on it. I think even maybe like a commemorative dollar coin. So just things like that. Like if I ever do a scene with like a caribou, I could do a silver Canadian quarter with the caribou on the reverse. Just that kind of thing. There's coins that have so many different like animals and nature scenes on them. But I have been wanting to decorate my my basement a little bit more, and signs aren't cheap, and I kind of have a interest in this kind of thing, like the whole wood burning and just creating signs like this. So like I said, eventually, if you guys like want to see the process of making signs like this, like I said, this is my first attempt at it, so these aren't perfect. by any means, but I think I'll keep getting better as I go. So if you guys would want to see a video on the process of like wood burning these and embedding the coins and everything, just let me know. And also, I'd appreciate it if you would leave a comment letting me know, you know, once I get a little bit better at this. If I'm going to make it a business, it's going to be months down the road when I can really perfect this. But if you might be interested in purchasing like a sign or a coaster, or, you know, something like that to decorate your house with, obviously you got to embed the coins into them. Just let me know. And I'm still going to be playing around with different ideas, like glossing these over using like a wood gloss, just different things like that, using primer and sealant if I'm doing paint designs. But yeah, I'm pretty interested in doing this kind of thing. I've wanted to do a business for a while. I went to school for marketing, and you know, I want to be an entrepreneur. So you know, it's something I've always wanted to do, is have my own business. So I got to work out some kinks, and I have to make sure that I can get good enough at it where they look really professional. But yeah, just I'd like to have your thoughts on that. It's something cool that I've decided to do, having to do with coins. That's a little bit of a different hobby. I think woodworking is really interesting. So yeah, just give me your input on that, and let's get into the video. All right, so I picked up a box of nickels a couple months back in 2022. I must have totally forgot about them. I just found them laying next to my coin table. I got a bunch of boxes laying around, so I didn't even realize I hadn't looked through these for a while. But I got a box of nickels here, and I'm excited to look through them. I haven't had a box in quite a while of anything. So we're going to look through these and see if we can get any decent finds. I'm hoping for silver, maybe a war nickel or a buffalo. That would be awesome. Let's dig into these rolls and see what we can find. I'm also going to be looking to fill some spots in my Jefferson nickel album here. Hopefully we can get some more spots filled. I know I did have a war nickel filled in here. For whatever reason, I accidentally mixed it in with my silver jar for 2022. It is what it is. We'll find another one. It was nothing crazy. So let's keep working to fill this album, and let's get into this box, see what we can find. Bit of a slow start here, but roll 6 of the nickel box, we've got our first old find. It's going to be a 1941 Philadelphia Jefferson. Nothing special, but it is a find. I hope we can get something decent in this box, but that's a good start. This box is still at a pretty slow pace, but we are currently on roll 9 here. And I've got an older verse here, so let's take a look and see what we have. It's going to be a 1939. That's a second-year Jefferson. No mint mark, so we don't have a key or semi-key date. And you want to look for the doubled Monticello for the DDR. I don't see any doubling. So I think we just got a normal 39 Philadelphia, but I will take that. Wow, has this been a rough box. But we are on roll 18 now, and I've got my third find. This one's going to be a 1940, and it looks like we have an S mint mark. So that's cool. I don't know if we have that one for the album yet. But pretty disappointing box here, guys. This has been super slow. Nickels in general have been so slow for me. I don't even hunt them that much anymore just because I haven't had good luck. But we'll take a third find. 2 rolls later, we do have another 1940. Let's take a look and see if we have a mint mark here. And that is going to be another 40S. I feel like we need that one for the album. So we will have to judge between the two 40S's that we just found. They're both kind of rough, but if we need it, one of them will definitely take the spot there. We are picking up a bit here. The next roll, we do have another 40s Jefferson here. This one's going to be a 41S. Finding a bunch of S mint marks here. Hopefully we can get a 39 or a 38 with an S to get a semi-key. That's awesome. We got our 5th find right here, and we are on a roll right now. So a couple rolls ago, I came across this 1941 Philadelphia. Nothing too special. It's pretty beat up and worn. But I wanted to show you guys this. I just got a beautiful 1940. Flipped it over, and it's tough to see, but we do have some steps going on the reverse. Maybe not full steps, but you can definitely see some step action there. It's a Denver mint mark. So that is going to be a Beautiful addition to the album. I'm sure that's going to upgrade the 40D that was there. That's an awesome find. Hope we can get some more album fills or upgrades. Let's keep at it. Roll 29 has got a very worn reverse here. I'm sure we're going to have an old one. Let's flip it over and take a look at what year we're going to have here. It's going to be a very worn 1941. It's pretty awesome. We are currently at 8 finds. That's a big step up from the few that we had. I believe that was around like roll 15, 16. We only had like 3 finds. So we've really picked up the pace. Hopefully we can score some good finds here. This is pretty intriguing, guys. On the next roll, we might have a really good find here. This could be a double-clipped planchet here. Let's take a closer look at this. We've got a 1973 nickel here, and you can see a big chunk is taken out here and here. I've only found one clip planchet before, and on that coin, it had the Blakesley effect. Now, what that is if you were to flip it around, you would see it almost looks like a grease strike on the other side right here. But since this appears to be potentially a double clip, we don't see that. Like I said, this very well might not be one. Could be damaged. Somebody could have just sanded it down. But it looks pretty good to me. I'm going to have to get into some error groups on Facebook and whatever and try to figure out if we've got a legit one here. If we did, that would be a pretty sweet error find. I've only found one clip planchet and it was not a double clip, so if we had a genuine one here, that would be a pretty awesome error. That is interesting. Roll 32 now, and I saw this peeking out. We've got a Buffalo. This is going to be my first Buffalo nickel of 2023, 1936. Let's see if we got a mint mark. And it is a 36S. I've never found one of those, I don't think. I typically don't see an S mint mark on my Buffalo nickels, and it doesn't have full horns, but the detail is pretty good. So that's an awesome find, guys. Do not find a lot of Buffaloes. I've probably been finding more than war nickels lately. War nickels have been really rough for me, but that's a great find. I'm really happy we got a good find in this box here. This is another potential really good find. This has been awesome. It started out slow, but we are really picking up here. And the same roll, we are going to have another find. We got a 1941 Denver here. I'll take it. We've got a lot of finds going. Roll 38, I've got another old nickel here. We've got a 1941. This one is Philadelphia minted. I'm now on roll 45, and I saw this 1954, and I usually don't keep 50s nickels at all, unless they are keys or semi-key dates, like the 50D, the 55 Philly, 51S, stuff like that. But I did see this 54, I gave it a flip, and we've got some pretty intense lamination cracks on the reverse here, so let's take a look under the scope. Do have the wrappers all over the place, kind of making a mess here, but I want to give you guys a close look at this. Yeah, just look at those cracks on the Monticello there. It's beautiful. So for those that don't know, these lamination cracks appear when the coin is being minted. You know, a piece of dust or foreign debris will land on the coin while it is cooling off after being heated up, the planchet actually. And then once it's stamped, if a piece of dust or foreign debris is stuck in there, it'll weaken the metal and cause it to crack when it's stamped. So it's an awesome find. I don't find a ton of those anymore, but on the 50s and 40s Jeffersons, they do show up from time to time. That's a wrap on that $100 nickel box. It was not a bad box. I've had better. I've definitely had worse. But I'm pretty happy with the finds here. We got some pretty good stuff. We did get 9 1940s Jeffersons. Crazy thing is they were all 1940 or 1941. I didn't find anything newer than that. I also found a 1939. But let's get into the other finds here. We've got this Buffalo nickel. It's going to be a 36 San Francisco, my first Buffalo nickel of 2023. This I am pretty sure is going to be a double clip planchet. I'm going to dig around on the internet a little bit and try to get a for sure answer on this one. I'll definitely let you guys know if I find out if that's legit or not. I'm pretty sure it is going to be, but not 100%. We've got a 1940 Denver. This is a beautiful coin right here. That's for sure making its way into my album one way or another. And we've got this 54 Philly with the lamination cracks on the reverse. Moving on, just some common dates here. We got a 39, bunch of 40s, bunch of 41s. Nothing too crazy. I don't know if we'll have too many album fills, honestly, for this hunt. This I picked out just to put in the album. We got a pretty nice 59D. I didn't actually record this one, but I just figure might as well get it for the album. As I've said before, I do not really collect those common 50s nickels, but if they're pretty nice like that one, I'm going to pull them aside. So decent little hunt there. I do plan on going out and getting more nickels. I'll probably do some bags, or at least one bag. And I'll show you guys real quick what I'm able to add to my album. Not many changes to my Jefferson album here, but I did get a couple additions, and I did get a really nice upgrade. So I'll just show you guys that upgrade real quick. We got that nice 40D that I substituted for this one here. Just a pretty average one, a little bit scratched up. This one's a lot closer to being in that like AU or uncirculated range. Probably closer to AU or like XF. Still really nice though. You don't find them like that very often. And then the 41D I was able to put in. Nothing great there. I'm sure that won't be in there long. And then we got a pretty decent 41S that might be in there a little while. This wasn't from this hunt, but a really nice 41. I'm hoping to get a lot of Jeffersons like that are just, you know, as close as I can get to uncirculated. And then we got the 59D right here, really nice condition on that. So not too many additions, but we are slowly but surely filling up the album here. So let's get on to the next part of the hunt. I hope I can get a bag or something. I will show you guys what I'm able to get. All right, I'm back today with more coins. I've got, I believe, $35 in dimes, and nickels we've got, I want to say $70. So we've got a bit of coins to look through. They are all customer wrap, so that's a good thing. At least in my area, I do a lot better with the customer wrap stuff. You guys might see that my table is completely cleared off. Usually there's a bunch of junk back there, all sorts of coin collecting stuff that's now on the floor. I'm in the process of changing out my table. But let's get to it, see what we can find in here. Hopefully we got some silver. Well, the dimes are a bust, $35. I wasn't expecting a ton with those, but first roll of nickels here, I decided to open this one. It was kind of a unique looking roll. Looked a lot different than the other ones. And I thought this could have just been a tarnished rim because, you know, it's kind of sharp and usually the war nickels are a bit worn down, but I took a look at the reverse and I could see a mint mark. Over the Monticello, we get an S mint mark, so that is silver. It's definitely a war nickel. And this one is a pretty beat up 1945. That is amazing though. I think that's my first war nickel of 2023. I really have not found many of these lately. I used to find these all the time, but they've definitely gotten tougher for me to find. So I am very happy with a silver. That's awesome. Let's keep going. Second roll is going to give me a second find here. This one is an Ecuador coin. Looks like it's a 5 centavo from 2000. It's pretty cool. That's a foreign I don't believe I've ever found. And I will throw that into the keeper pile. This might be a pretty fun hunt here. I am on the third roll of nickels now. And we've got a Canadian Centennial here with the rabbit on the reverse. I think I've only found a couple of these. They don't show up very often. And I brought this up before, but for whatever reason, like the nickel, not nickel as in denomination, but like the nickel composition Canadian coins always seem to be like scratched like this, like an X on it. I find a lot of them like that. And there's some scratching on the obverse as well as some crud right there, but it's just weird. They always do that to the coins. I don't know who does it, but just kind of bizarre. But otherwise, it's in pretty good shape. I will hold on to it. So far, we've got one find per roll, which is kind of crazy. We're on roll 4 now, and I've got my first 40s Jefferson that is not silver. This one's going to be a 47 Philly. Got some environmental damage going on there. It's pretty rough looking, but I will take it. That is find number 4 for 4 rolls. And that roll is not done giving. We've got another 40s Jefferson here. This one is a 46 Denver. Find number 5. Roll 11 here. I've got another Cinco Centavos from 2000 from Ecuador. Pretty cool coin. Roll 17. I've got an old reverse here. So let's take a look and see what we have. It is not going to have a mint mark. But we do have, let's see. That one's going to be a 1948. Not many old Jeffersons this hunt, but we're finding some here and there. Hopefully we can get some more silver going. Roll 19 now. I've got a very worn 1940. This one's a Philadelphia. You sometimes will see the 30s Jeffersons in that bad of shape, but for 1940 that is pretty rough, but I will still take it. Roll 22 is going to give me a 1949. Let's see if it has a mint mark. And that's a low mintage. I believe that's a semi-key 1949S. That's a tough date to find. Not a ton of value there. The key date and semi-key nickels aren't like super crazy valuable, but still really cool to find. And I believe I can use that one for my album. So very happy to find that. We'll add that to the keepers. It's kind of crazy, guys. A couple rolls later, I saw this 1951. I typically don't keep 50s unless they are low mintage. This one was in good shape, and I figured because it could be a semi-key. And we do have an S mint mark here, so we do have another semi-key date. That is awesome. There might be some kind of strike through going down by 5 cents as well. We will take the scope out and take a look at that a little bit later. I think that could be an error on it as well, though. It's a pretty awesome find. Just wanted to pull this up under the scope because I wasn't sure if I was seeing some kind of damage or an error. And we do have an error here. We're going to have a die chip on the 5 cents on the reverse of this nickel. This is going to be one I found on one of the last rolls. You can see the I and the V are connected by a big die chip there. It's pretty cool. I don't find many die chips on nickels. And as long as we've got the scope up and running, why don't we take a look at that 51S. Let's see if I can find it here. There we go. Yep, that has got to be a strike through, I'm thinking. Some kind of error. It's pretty crazy looking. That's pretty cool, and that is a semi-key, like I said, S mint. Pretty awesome stuff. So that'll be it for the coins today. We didn't do so bad. Not the most impressive additions here, but we were able to get a few really nice ones. Nothing really on this page here. I did put in that war nickel here, the 45S. It's rough. It'll probably be replaced pretty soon if I find another. We've got the 4060 here. I added that. We got the 49S semi-key. You can see the mintage is a lot lower for that one. Also the 50 is a semi-key. I'm still looking for that one. I have found them, just not when I've been doing this book. 50D I found a couple of, but that's another one that'll be tough to find again. But you can see as well, 51S is another semi-key, low mintage. So I was happy I was able to add those to the album today. But that's about it for this one, guys. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you on the next video.